Hello everyone, TimeToGrind here, and today I wanted to go over the top 5 best ultimates in the game right now. And what I mean by that is not like the top 5 best plays, but the 5 heroes that have the best ultimates. Now a lot of ultimates have completely different purposes. Some heroes have ultimates that get a ton of kills, while some have ultimates that buff or help their teammates. So how I'm ranking these is mainly by how game-changing they are. An ultimate that gets a kill or two often isn't going to be as game-changing as someone that gets a team wipe once or twice a game. So let's begin. At number 5 is Symmetry Teleporter. Now this is, in my opinion, one of the most overlooked ultimates in the game. It isn't too flashy and it will never get a play of the game, so many players consider it to not be that great, but the reality is it can completely change the tide of a game. If your team gets wiped, or say your tank dies, they can get back in 1/10 of the time it would take them to get back normally, and that time is extremely valuable as teams can take control of points in around 10 to 15 seconds, or move the payload a decent distance in that time. It is a more reliable and versatile ultimate than Mercy's. Although Mercy's ultimate is better in some ways, Symmetry's Teleporter doesn't rely on range and is there if only a single teammate or two dies. Whether you're on the offense or defense, the teleporter helps put pressure on the enemy team. At number 4 we have Widowmakers Infra. Now Widowmaker's ultimate effectively gives her entire team wall hacks for a few seconds, and there is a reason thousands of people try to hack other games to give them wall hacks. Widowmaker's Infra allows her and her team to line up headshots by waiting for enemies to walk from behind walls that are out of buildings. On top of that, her ultimate gives her team important knowledge on when and where the enemy team is trying to push. And if Widowmaker is doing well in the game, she can get her ultimate off many times, giving her teammates wall hacks for a decent portion of the game. Now like Symmetra's Teleporter, however, Widow's Infra isn't the flashiest of ultimates, so many people overlook how good it is, but it can easily change the entire outcome of a match. Now at number 3 we have a really flashy ultimate that will get play of the games often, and that's Reaper's Death Blossom ultimate. Now Reaper's ultimate can wipe an entire enemy team if they are grouped up on a payload or point, and team wiping in this game is huge, because on offense it practically guarantees a point capture or further progress on King of the Hill or payload, and on defense it buys your team time to respawn and get back to defending, and lets your team take a breather, heal up, and all that good stuff. On top of all that, Reaper's ultimate is on a fairly short cooldown compared to some other ultimates in the game. Now the one problem with this ultimate is that Reaper can get killed while ulting, however if you drop down an ult or even have a teammate buff you using their abilities or ultimates, the enemies won't be able to kill you before it's too late. Next at number 2 we have Zarya's ultimate, Zarya Surge. Now Zarya Surge can be insane. It helps set up massive plays that many times guarantees team wipes. Although heroes like Reaper can team wipe by themselves, Zarya allows team wipes to be much more consistent by literally locking the enemy team in place for a few seconds. Even if Zarya's ult isn't followed up by other ultimates, Zarya's team simply firing into the black hole can many times kill most players, and hell, even Zarya firing her alternate fire into the hole can kill several lower health heroes. Her ultimate also gets better the more communication you have on your team, as you can set up plays using her ultimate. And on top of all of that, many times the enemy team will waste their ultimates trying to not die in the Surge. And lastly, at number 1 we have Lucio's Sound Barrier. Lucio's Sound Barrier is extremely insane and is one of the reasons why Lucio is even considered the best support right now. Lucio's ultimate changes nearly every teamfight it is used in because it gives his teammates insane personal shields that make most heroes unkillable even if ulted on. If the enemy Reaper starts ulting, all Lucio has to do is use his ultimate and the entire enemy team is safe. If the enemy Pharah starts raining justice from above, all Lucio has to do is ult. Sound Barrier is also on a decently short cooldown, meaning you will be fighting most large team fights with the barrier on. Pair this up with Lucio's healing aura and it makes your team practically invincible and can completely negate certain heroes' ultimates. And that's why Lucio's ultimate is, in my opinion, easily the best ultimate in the game right now. And that's it. If you guys have any other opinions on who you think has great ultimates, or not so great ultimates for that matter, make sure to tell me in the comments down below. I'd love to hear them all. On top of that, if you enjoyed this video, then consider leaving a like down below and subscribing to see more Overwatch content and news. Like always guys, see you next time.